I'm sure everybody has heard about what's going on with AI and the fact that it's being integrated rather rapidly. And one of the reasons it is because within the United States, some of the biggest tech companies are leading the way relative to the money that they're putting into development, whether it be just AI infrastructure or tools that can be used with AI. But an interesting thing, when you go to historically, from an investment standpoint, when you got new technology coming on board, in the 1860s, when the railroads went into the UK, they were utilizing over 4.5% GDP into the railroad system. You go to the auto infrastructure in 1910, well, they were sitting a little over 2%. Then you get into telecom, which that was a big deal, telecom, and they were just a little over 1%. And so far with AI, the projections, they're still going to be quite low from a dollar standpoint relative to GDP. But, when you hear the numbers, the dollars are just mind-boggling. But inflation kind of does that to everything, right? When you look at the adoption of AI in different arenas out there, you can see that the information is where the majority of it is going. And that, again, is being driven by the big tech companies right now. The second biggest is finance and insurance. And the interesting thing there is financial industry generally moves slow, especially when there's unknowns out there. But there's a big push in the financial industry to incorporate AI. Now, we talked about capacity. One of the biggest issues out there right now, and you probably all heard it in the news, is if they're going to be creating all these plants, where's the power going to come from? Because we do not have a good power grid. You think about the capacity for generation in the U.S., that's the blue line here, it hasn't moved much. We are way behind the 8 ball here, and that's one of the biggest concerns out there. You look at what China's been doing, they've been ramping up for quite some time, and they have the capacity. It's really kind of interesting. We've got the technology, they got the capacity. Now, that being said, technology becomes pretty generic after a short period of time in this industry. So that will get over to China. We have to do a much better job here.